Regal Day. So now let us explore a big question at the heart of all research. So in what manner and to what extent may we acquire knowledge? So maybe it sounds simple. After all, we learn things every day. But when we go deeper, especially in research, understanding how we know things and how sure we are about our knowledge becomes super important, di ba? So this is the starting point for all our work as researchers. Let's start by looking at a branch of philosophy called epistemology. Ano nga ba ang epistemology? So it's all about the nature, origin, and limits of knowledge. So basically, it asks, what's knowledge? Saan to galing? How do we know what we know? At paano natin napapatunayan na totoo ang isang bagay? In research, this means we have to think carefully about the knowledge we collect, kung gaano ito ka-reliable at kung gaano ito ka-valid. So, paano naging connected ang epistemology sa research methods? Well, as researchers, kailangan nating pumili ng epistemological position. So again, kailangan nating mamili ng epistemological position. So basically, this is your standpoint kung paano mo mahanap ang knowledge and it ends up guiding your research process. So let's make this concrete with some examples. First one, we have positivism. So yung mga friends natin na positivists, they say, to be sure about something, we need to observe and measure it. So dapat makita, marinig, mahawakan, masukat, or maobserbahan directly. So if you imagine scientists in the laboratory doing experiments and collecting data, it is a positive approach. Kasi nga, that scientist is objective, concrete, and based on measurable facts. Connected to that is empiricism. So this one tells us what we know we get from our senses. So hindi tayo pinanganak na alam agad natin lahat, right? Lahat ng kaalaman, yung natutunan natin dahil yun sa lahat ng experiences at based sa ating mga observation. So parang mga babies. So dahan-dahan silang natutuklasan ang mundo, touching things, watching, and listening. So, ganyan din yung nagre-research. Observation and experience are key. Now, let's talk about hypothetical deductivism. Ito ang method na madalas gamitin sa science. You start with a hypothesis, your educated guess. Then, you deduce specific predictions and test those through experiments or observations. Kung hindi tugma ang prediction ng resulta ng experiment, ibig sabihin, mali ang hypothesis mo. Pero kung tugma, well, that means your hypothesis is supported. Pero let's always remember, if proven, never proven forever. Kasi future evidence can always challenge it. Kaya nga sa research, laging bukas ang research for all discoveries. So let's pause here and talk about the criticism. Ang tanong, pwede ba na merong mali ang research method? So the hypothetical deductivism approach, often called the scientific method critics, has received some big criticism. So for starters, one criticism is that it doesn't really make enough space for developing new theories. Kasi nga, nakatuon siya sa pag-test ng theories na existing na. So kung puro tinetest lang ang alam, so paano ka makakatuklas ng bago? So dapat sometimes we look beyond what is already there. Second one, some say it can be a bit exclusive. Kailangan may background ka sa mga theories. Otherwise, ang hirap sumali sa usapan. So para siyang merong exclusive club. So kaya minsan for yung mga beginners or people outside the field, it can feel intimidating. The third critic, is science really that objective? Philosopher Thomas Kuhn pointed out that scientists don't always give up on a theory just because something doesn't fit. Kung may anomaly, minsan biniblame pa ang data or experiment. Hindi agad sinisisi ang theory. But according to also to Kahn, science actually progresses in big jumps. Yung tinatawag natin na scientific revolutions. So when enough problems pile up and a new way of thinking takes over, ito yung tinatawag na paradigm shift. After the revolution, the new paradigm becomes the norm until another big shift. So now, let's look at an important critic, the feminist critic of established ways of knowing. Noong 1960s and 1970s, many feminist scholars noticed na madalas women were left out of research or got treated as less than men, whether sa moral development, intelligence, or even communication styles. So dahil dyan, all the feminist researchers challenged this by saying a lot of traditional methods are biased. So dapat daw inclusive. Dapat nire-recognize ang perspective and lived experiences ng lahat. Hindi lang ng isang grupo or grupo ng mga kalalakihan. So one key argument, research used to treat the male as the norm. So madalas, conclusions about men were presented as if they were applied to everyone. So feminist scholars like Carol Gilligan pushed back and showed ang moral reasoning ng women ang moral reasoning ng women shaped by different socialization. So ay valid. Then there's the idea of God trick. So when researchers claim total objectivity, parang sinasabi nila na hindi kami naapektuhan ng sarili naming perspective. But in reality, all research is influenced by the standpoint of the researcher. Laging mayroong bias, laging may context. Kaya in research, we are encouraged to reflect on our own perspectives. Next is social constructionism. So this theory says we build knowledge and reality together through our interactions, our language, and our cultures. Hindi isang absolute truth lang ang meron. So instead, what we think is real or true can depend on our context, on our society, and even the specific time period. So, katotohanan is often subjective and constructed. So, let's sum up. So, these epistemological positions, positivism, knowledge comes from what we can observe and measure. So, scientific method is the key. Kapag empiricism, all knowledge is learned through sensory experience and observation. And kapag sinabi natin na hypothetical deductivism, we test hypothesis by making predictions and experimenting. Knowledge is always provisional. Feminist critic questions traditional knowledge for ignoring or marginalizing women, pushes for inclusivity and reflexivity. O the last one, social constructionism. Knowledge and reality are shaped by the social interactions, cultural and historical contexts. Okay, epistemology and methodology, ano ang difference? So according to Silverman, methodology is the broad approach to research problems, while method, it refers to scientific techniques you use, kagaya ng survey, interviews, or observations. So for example, if you have an empiricist approach, focus ka sa data collection. Pero iba-iba pa rin ang methods na pwede mong gamitin. However, not all research methods fits all approaches, right? So for instance, hypothetical deductivism is often tied to experiment and hypothesis testing. So sa madaling salita, your epistemological beliefs yung pananaw mo tungkol sa knowledge will influence which methods and methodologies make sense for your research. So, ayun. So, we've covered the core ways of knowing in research. So, as you start now your research journey, tandaan, knowledge is not just discovered. It's created through our choices, context, and the perspectives. Maraming salamat, okay? And keep asking questions and reflecting as you do your research. So good luck, researchers.